Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. We're the daily podcast that gets you started on the right foot and always with a positive vibe. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, December 19th. You'll be interested to know today is National Emo Day. Did you or do you rock skinny jeans, tight t-shirts, and studded belts? How about jet black hair and long bangs? For many people, the word emo describes a sad teenager who dresses in a very deliberate way. But the emo subculture has a long, storied history that reaches back to the 1980s and continues to resonate today. Get out your best black makeup today and rock on. Only 6 more days until Christmas, folks. Now let's check out the weather in the Boston area. This morning it's rough out there. Rainy, windy, and 55 degrees with 20-mile-per-hour wind. Tonight, the sun will set at 4:13 p.m., and it will rise again tomorrow at 7:09 a.m. It looks like we're in for a day of isolated showers after 8 a.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 48. Southwest wind around 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tonight, a slight chance of rain between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mostly clear with a low around 29. Northwest wind 9 to 11 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Looking ahead. Leading up to Christmas Day, it will be consistently cold and mostly sunny. Highs will range from 38 to 47 degrees with the warmest day on Christmas. Nights will be chilly with lows around 27 to 31 degrees. Expect steady north to northwest wind throughout the week, generally between 6 and 15 miles per hour. Skies will be partly cloudy at times, especially during the nights, but overall it will be a bright and crisp week. The first low tide today will be at 10 a.m. with a high tide at 4:17 p.m. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 47 degrees for the water temperature. In the national weather, a powerful East Coast storm and unsettled conditions for the West are on tap. The storm was racing northward across New England yesterday. Heavy rain, strong wind, and coastal impacts continue. Colder and windy conditions will spread across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Appalachians, and to the East Coast. Lake effect snow and upslope flow into the Appalachians will bring snow accumulations and difficult travel conditions. The West Coast will see more rain and some snow. And now a greeting from our sponsor. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in the divine experience of their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny sent you. Apple is set to halt sales of its Apple Watch Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2 in the U.S. later this week. This decision follows an International Trade Commission ruling in a patent dispute with Massimo over the blood oxygen sensor technology in the watches. Apple will stop online sales on December 21 and in-store sales after December 24. The ban only affects models with the blood oxygen feature. However, existing models already sold will function normally. Apple disagrees with the order and is exploring legal options to resume sales as soon as possible. The final outcome depends on the conclusion of the presidential review period on December 25th and potential further legal actions by Apple. Now let's talk science news. NASA analysis has identified 17 exoplanets that may have subsurface oceans beneath icy surfaces. These exoplanets are similar in size to Earth, but are less dense and have much colder surface temperatures. Despite the cold surface conditions, internal heat from radioactive decay and tidal forces from their host stars could sustain these oceans. Two of the exoplanets are particularly promising as their oceans could be relatively close to the surface. The study suggests that these planets might have higher rates of geyser activity than Jupiter's moon Europa, making them more likely candidates for detecting geological activity. Fascinating. And in business news, Kitsch, a startup selling devices to fix McDonald's ice cream machines, faced a setback after a 2020 McDonald's email warned against using their product, citing safety hazards. Kitsch claims this was part of a scheme by Taylor, the McDonald's equipment partner, to eliminate competition and not really for safety reasons. An email from Taylor's CEO suggested dissuading franchisees from using Kitsch's product, leading to legal action against Taylor and McDonald's for allegedly conspiring to drive Kitsch out of the market. That sounds spicy. We'll keep an eye on this story as it develops more. Now on to sports. Last night, on Monday Night Football, the Eagles were on the road, in front of the always rowdy Seahawks fans. The Hawks put on a show and came away with a dramatic last-second win, 20-17. On to the NBA. The Detroit Pistons are expected to be active in trade discussions leading up to the NBA trade deadline in February, with center Isaiah Stewart drawing significant interest. The Boston Celtics, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Dallas Mavericks are among the contending teams showing interest in Stewart. Stewart, a first-round pick in 2020, is known for his physical play and rebounding skills, despite being slightly undersized for a center at 6'8". The Celtics, in particular, are considering an upgraded center due to Kristaps Porzingis' injury history and Al Horford's advancing age. However, Stewart's contract, worth around $13 million, presents a challenge for the Celtics, who have limited mid-tier salaries to match in a potential trade. Tonight, the Celtics are on the road at the Warriors and will remain on the West Coast tomorrow to take on the Kings. In national hockey, tonight, the Bruins are at home, taking on the Wild. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a National Pilates studio in your area to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits, connecting Pilates to enhanced core strength, improved flexibility, and better posture. It's a well-supported avenue for physical and mental health in just a few dedicated sessions. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now back to the show. In local news, Dorchester Brewing and Aeronaut Brewing, both Boston area breweries, plan to merge to form Tasty Liquid Alliance. This partnership, announced via Instagram, aims to innovate the local craft beer scene. Matthew Malloy, CEO of Dorchester Brewing, will lead the combined company with plans to include more breweries or beverage makers in the future. Both brands will continue operating independently under the new parent company, enhancing their offerings. Aeronaut will move its large batch production to Dorchester, while maintaining small batch brewing in Somerville and operating the Everett Cannery tap room into 2024. The merger is set for late September 2024, and the alliance will also provide contract brewing services for various regional and national brands. And in entertainment news, have you ever wondered how many votes it takes to win an Oscar? For the 2024 Oscars, securing a nomination depends on the number of votes in each category. In most categories, the required votes are similar to last year's, with the Best Picture category needing 891 first-place votes if all eligible members participate. The voting process involves a preferential or ranked choice system, where films with the least first-place votes get eliminated and their votes redistributed. Each category's magic number for a nomination is calculated by dividing the number of voters by the number of nominees, plus 1, and then rounding up. The exact number of votes needed varies by category and is affected by the size and participation of each Academy branch. I think I should get a vote. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the thought of the day. And this week, it's all Christmas movie quotes. Today, some wise words from the conductor on the Polar Express. The thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on. So jump on and get in the holiday spirit ASAP. And that's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends. Whether you're heading to work, an event, or just enjoying the day, stay safe and enjoy yourself to the fullest. We'll be back tomorrow with another Sunny Mornings podcast. Thanks for tuning in.